guys, so I'm an emotional wreck. Like, I can't even begin to deal with whatever the fuck I have to deal with for the next 4 months. So, literally, like, all weekend, all day yesterday, I was like, it's wedding day. Oh my God. I was like counting down the hours and everything. And then, the episode comes on. I'm literally sitting on my bed, peeing my pants. And I was like, oh my God. So they're in the loft. And, they're talking about the wedding. And there's so many wedding gifts in the loft. And I'm just like, oh my fucking God. Because, they're going to have to go through all them when they get back from their 3-week honeymoon on a private fucking island. So, so Beckett's at the precinct finishing up her case files or whatever. And then they're signing for the venue and whatever. So he leaves, he goes to the precinct, and then they talk about the honeymoon, Ryan and Espo. And I'm just like, oh my dear Lord, oh my God, this can't be happening. They're actually getting married. What the fuck? So then Castle comes in, and he's all like, let's go get our marriage license. So they go, and lo and behold, Beckett's already married. And honestly, I hate people. I hate people because literally people are bitching Beckett like no tomorrow. Like they're like, oh my God, she was already married. That's like completely ruined the character. They ruined the character. It's all over. I'm not even going to watch it anymore. I'm done. Beckett's ruined. She was 19 years old or however old she was. She was a teenager. It happened 15 years ago. She made a mistake. She's human. Like, Jesus fucking Christ, give her a break. Like, my God, like, people think, like, because, she's Kate Beckett, she shouldn't be flawed. We all know that Kate Beckett's flawed, and everyone makes mistakes. Like, Jesus Christ. And it's not all like she sat there and was like, oh, I'm married? Bye, Castle. And just, you know what I mean? Like, she was like, all right, let's fix this so we can get married, so we can have, people are just so fucking stupid. I can't even deal. I'll go on my people rant after I get done with me screaming about the episode. So anyway, so then they're back in the loft, and then they went through a drive-through chapel or whatever, but I was more distracted by Beckett wearing her ring, and she was, like, fiddling with it, and I was like, oh, my God. And then Cassie was all like, here, I'm thinking you're a one-and-done kind of girl, and I'm just like, oh, my God. So then they're talking or whatever, and then the lawyer comes here, and the lawyer's basically like, you're shit out of luck. And then Beckett's like, we're getting married in 3 days. People are flying in. We can't, she's freaking out. And I was, waiting for her to go, all, bridezilla on his lawyer. But that really didn't happen. And then Castle, went by her. There was so much touching this episode. I literally was in distress the entire 42 minutes. So then what else happened? I only watched it twice, all the way through twice. So then, she keeps putting her head on his shoulder, and I've come to the conclusion that Kate Beckett likes to snuggle up in her fiance's neck. So, yeah, so then she sits on the bed, and she's puts her head on his shoulder again. I'm like, please cut this shit out. So then she's all like, all right, well, I'm going to Willow Creek to get a divorce. So she goes there. She's still wearing her ring. They're in the bar. He gets, beaten up. And, in the end, I ended up liking the Rogan character. I mean, he was funny, but, he was annoying as fuck. You're crusty. Get out of my face. So he ignored General Hospital on the background. So, basically, they go back to his house, and Beckett was all, sign these papers before I chop your dick off so I can go get married to my one and done. And so he was like, oh, it's a pretty nice hook, us being married. And I was like, shut the fuck up and sign the fucking paper. And then he talked about how Beckett broke into Pearl Jam's tour bus to steal a jean jacket. And I was like, Rebel Becks, making a comeback. So then he was all like, oh, I'm not going to sign until you do something for me first. So then it cuts back to the loft, and they're trying on their tuxes, and Ryan's tux was too small, and I literally fell off my bed with laughter. Like, the entire episode was just, like, really funny and light and fluffy, and I was like, oh my god, this can't be happening. So, you know, then she's all like, oh, I have to do something for him first. And then the way she rolled underneath the car, I was like, oh my fucking god, what the hell? Like, I'm done with you. I'm done. And then the ponytail. So then Castle goes up there with her after they lose their venue, and I was like, oh my god. And Alexis was like, well, let's just move this to the Hamptons house. And I was like, yes! Beach wedding, turn up, yes, 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 yes. Let's do it. Let's go. Like, fuck yeah. Like, I've always said I wanted them to get married on the beach in the Hamptons. So they were all like, yep, let's do it. And I was like, oh my god. So then Martha and Alexis are gonna plan all that. So then Castle goes up to Willow Creek, and she's all like, thanks for coming up, babe. And I was like, shut your fucking mouth. You're getting married in less than 24 hours, and you need to shut your fucking mouth. Just shut it. Just shut the fuck up. So then they go and talk to his girlfriend, and she's all like, oh, he has a wife in a coma. And oh my god, I started cracking up laughing because I've been talking to Nellie about a fic concerning that. And I was just like, wow. But Nellie is secretly Andrew Marlowe, and you can't tell me otherwise, so whatever. So then, like, I was like, the episode was just so, like, light and fluffy, and I was like, what is happening? What is happening? And then, you know, Lainey calls her and is all like, hey girl, your dress is ruined. And I was like, God is real. God is real. Like, don't get me wrong, like, I love that, like, I love the top of that dress, but the bottom of that dress just wasn't working, and that dress just wasn't Kate Beckett. So thank you, Jesus, whoever caused the pipe to be blown up in her apartment. Just thank you. You are a blessing from God. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So then she gets all upset, and then Castle reassures her, right? And she's crying, and I'm just like, oh my god, this is a joke. And he's all like, if we want a happy ending, we can't give. What the fuck happened here? Oh. If we want a happy ending, we can't give up. That's the deal. We can't give up. And I was like, shut up. So then they go see the pastor and everything, and then some other shit happens. I don't really remember too well. And then they get Rogan to sign the papers, and Catherine Beckett's fucking signature was on point. I was like, yes, girl. So then some other shit happens, whatever. His coma wife died. And then, so Castle's all like, let's get the hell out of this town and go get our own happy ending. And she's like, we're getting married. And like, she was so like giddy with like excitement. And I was like, oh my God. So then it cuts to the Hampton house, and I was like, this is it. This is it. It's happening. Oh my God. I was like fucking like in distress. So all of a sudden it shows like Lainey, and I knew her bridesmaid dress was green like 4 weeks ago when they filmed the finale, because Molly was like, Tamala Jones looks so pretty in her green dress, and I was like, turn up. So then she sees Beckett, and I literally had a fucking breakdown. I literally had a breakdown. Like, I was like, oh my fucking God, look at her. And then Lainey's all like, oh, your mother had really good taste because it was her mom's dress. She was wearing her mom's dress, and that is all I've ever wanted in my life. I never knew I needed that until now. Like, honestly, like, I can't deal with this. So then Martha comes walking in, and Martha's just all like, oh, you're such a beautiful bride. And I was like, shut up. And then Martha gives her earrings, and she's like, in case you didn't have anything blue. And I was like, oh my God, this can't be happening. She's actually going to get married. This can't be happening. Like, I'm done. Like, what? So then she puts the earrings on, and Martha basically told her that, like, they've been waiting for her, so basically Meredith didn't wear those and Gina didn't wear those because Martha knew that, like, those fuckers weren't gonna last. So then freaking oh my god, I can't deal with any of this shit. I cannot deal with any of this shit. And then she was all like, thank you for making my son so very happy. And I was like, I'm going to push you off a rock. So then Castle calls her, and she literally, like, shrieks. And I'm just like, Catherine Beckett, are you joking right now? So then she answers the phone, and she's all like, hey, lover. But before that, Martha was like, I'll leave you to your groom. And I was like, oh, my God. So she was like, hey, lover. And I was like, oh, my God, just shut the fuck up. And then he was like, well, I'm 20 minutes away, and I have my marriage license in my pocket. And he was like, you're a free woman. And then she was all like, oh, thank God. And then he was like, not for long, because basically we're going to get married, and you're going to be mine, and we're going to spend the rest of our lives together, and it's just going to be wonderful. So then she's like, oh, whatever. And then he's all like, and Kate, and she's like, yeah. And he's all like, I love you. And she's all like, I love you too. And that whole scene just destroyed the fuck out of me. Like, I think that is my favorite scene out of the entire finale. Like, I have other little favorite parts, but like, that just, ooh, Jesus. So then, it's like an hour later, and Castle isn't there. Because, after he hung up the phone with her, the fucking car got, like, mighty close to him. So Castle was like, fuck this shit, deuces. And he started, like, going, like, faster. And I was like, this isn't going to end well. This really isn't going to end well, is it? So then, like, it's an hour later. Still hasn't heard from him. She called him, went to voicemail. Then she gets a call, and she's all like, This is she. Next thing you know, she's running out of the car in her wedding dress, and the fucking car is on fucking fire in a fucking ditch, and she's fucking standing there on her wedding day in her mother's dress, crying. Because she thinks her fiancé is burning up in that fucking car. You know what? I'm actually going to drive to the Hamptons or whatever the fuck that is, and I'm going to open the door of that car, and I'm just going to sit myself in it, because what the fuck? Oh my God, I'm in distress. I was literally heartbroken last night because of so many reasons. Because first of all, I've said since the beginning of the season that I didn't want anything bad to happen on their wedding day. They've been through enough. Like, just let them have their perfect day, their happy ending without any problems. Please, Jesus. But no. So, like, I was like, is this really happening? This can't be happening. Like, this hurts worse than season 2, and I didn't even watch the season 2 finale until, like, after season 3. But, like, Jesus, oh my God. I'm gonna start crying again. Like, I honestly, like, Beckett's face crying because she thinks her fucking fiance is in the car burning to death is going to haunt me for the next 4 fucking months. I have to sit here and wait 4 months to see this shit. And season 7 picks up right where that fucking shit left off. And also I was just heartbroken because, like, I literally convinced myself that nothing bad was going to happen. I was like, you know what? Andrew and Terry are writing the finale. All the spoilers aren't like, oh, the shocking season 6 finale, there's something bad happening, blah, blah, blah. Like, so I was convinced that nothing bad was going to happen. And literally all weekend and all day yesterday, I was like walking around my house so excited. I was like, oh my God, they're getting married, like blah, blah, blah. Like, I was so excited. And then for that to happen, I was just heartbroken. Literally, like, I'm heartbroken. But here's the thing. I'm not the kind of person that's acting like a little bitch right now, because there's people in this fandom that need to calm the fuck down. Because people are like, oh my God, there's no wedding. I'm not watching anymore. I'm not even obsessed with the show anymore. The only reason why I'm watching next season is for Stana. When half of them are just bullshitting right now because they're angry. And literally when the first spoiler comes out, like, and there was an interview that came out with Andrew the next, like, not even hours later that said, like, you know, like, the interview was like, you do know that, you know, you basically owe the fandom a wedding. And Andrew Marlowe said that we'll get a wedding and it'll be true to who Castle and Beckett are. And you know what? It'll be perfect. They don't need to have some big, lavish wedding with 300 wedding guests. They can just have something small and private and intimate. And you know what? It'll be just as beautiful as if it went off in the Hamptons. Like, am I upset there wasn't a wedding? Of course. But I'm not the kind of person that's like, oh, I'm going to bitch about it. Because you know what? We're going into season 7. And obviously, season 7, and we've had really great ratings all season. The writers know what they're doing. And people in this fandom don't give the writers enough credit. And I'm sick and fucking tired of all of this negativity. Like, that's all I ever see after an episode is just negativity. Like, the last thing I want to see after I just watch an episode that I'm completely in love with is someone bitching about it. And people, it's not even like they're bitching about the episode as a whole. They literally take the episode and they just like pick little parts and they bitch about it. And they literally find every single flaw on the episode and bitch about it. Like, if you're going to be that person, then shut the fuck up and stop watching. Because nobody wants to see that shit. I'm sorry. Like, I'm just annoyed and I'm fed up with this entire shit. And like, next season, this shit better fucking stop. Because everyone's complaining about a wedding, but once we get a wedding next season, everyone's gonna be fucking like pissing their pants with happiness. So people need to just shut the fuck up. Like, it sucks now because, you know, we have to wait 4 months and this wasn't what we expected, but that's a fucking amazing cliffhanger, let me tell you, because none of us saw that coming. Like, literally, I had her pregnant. But, like, none of us saw that coming, and it's going to make for a fucking fantastic premiere because it picks up right where it left off. Right where it left off. So you know the fucking acting that Sonic Haddock is going to fucking do. Like, literally, like, don't get me wrong, I love Fluff, and I would have given anything for them to get married last night, but Angst makes for really fucking good episodes, and Castles does Angst really, really well. So I'm really fucking excited. Like, I'm excited. Like, who the fuck is behind this? Like, who the fuck are you to mess around with my OTP's wedding day? Like, people aren't thinking like that. People are just like, oh my God, there's no wedding. The story's ruined. Like, no. And exactly what Castle said. If you want the happy ending, you don't give up. So if they're not going to give up, and you know they're not going to give up because they're Castle and Beckett and they can get through anything, then why are we going to sit here and bitch and complain and give up? I don't understand. Like, we're going into season 7. We've made it this far. It's been one hell of a ride, and it's still going to continue to be. And you know what? We're going to get through this. We're going to get through this, and they're going to get married, and they are going to have their future. They're going to have their happy ending because you know what? They're not going to give up. So everyone bitching right now has to take that and be like, and that's all I'm saying on the subject, because literally you can't give up. Why invest so much time in a TV show and so much, like, my love for this show and these characters is just like so much that like I'd never give up. Like, yeah, I'm upset now, but like I was upset last night, but I woke up today and I was like, everything's gonna be fine. By the end of the first episode, everything's gonna be fine. You know Castle's not dead. There's no show without Castle. Like, what is Beckett without Castle? Castle's literally her other half. It just wouldn't work. They can't kill Castle. And honestly, Beckett would never recover from that. Like, she already lost her mom. And I mean, she just got justice for her mom. Like, after 15 years, she just got justice for her mom. And, you know, like, if Castle were to die, it just would be over for her. Like, Castle's like the most important thing in her life right now, and it'd be over for her. But you know what? They're gonna make it, and I know they're gonna make it because they've made it through all this other shit, and yeah. So in my opinion, season 6 ended with a fucking bang. Not the bang I wanted, but a bang. And I'm excited for season 7, and God help me with the photo shoot pictures and the promo and everything else, because I actually sit here and I give the writers credit because they obviously know what they're doing. And I promised myself I wouldn't make this video 20 minutes long, and here we are. So yes, so that's it. That's season 6. It's over. It's done. Now we have to wait till September. And honestly, I'm really sad to see season 6. I think I was also really sad that it was just over because I've made many new friends this season, and I've become really close with other people that I met at the end of last season, and if it weren't for them, I don't know where I would be, and it's just, I don't know. And it makes me upset, I guess, when I see people, complaining about Castle, because the show has done so much for me that, like, I wouldn't know where I would be without it. Like, if I didn't watch the show, if I didn't start watching the show 3 years ago, I don't know. And I have so many amazing friends, and I wouldn't give it up for anything. So I just think people are too quick to judge, and everyone just needs to take a chill pill and a breath, and everyone needs to just calm the fuck down. So yeah, so I'm sad to see this go, and I loved making reaction videos for every single one of these episodes this season, and yeah, so obviously I'm going to make reaction videos for season 7, that's like without a doubt, because I guess people actually like these things and watch them, I don't know, but yeah, so that's basically it, and I'm going to be haunted by Beckett's crying face. Like, she's literally heartbroken, and I'm just like, baby girl, you'll get your happy ending, just not today. So yeah, so that's it. So I hope we survive whatever is coming our way, because it's going to be a long fucking summer. So yeah, so thanks for watching, and I love you all, and thank you to everyone who has watched my reaction videos all season, and if you just started watching them recently, just thank you to everyone who's watched them. You always put a smile on my face when I see people tweeting me about how they liked it and stuff like that. So yeah, so I love you all, and I hope you guys have a fabulous week. And this weekend, my uncle's getting married, and this weekend is just, I'm not looking forward to this weekend at all. This weekend's going to be stressful as fuck. And I should actually forbid my uncle's fiance into marrying into this family, because she spelled Beckett's name wrong. Like, who are you? But yeah, so, that's it. I don't really know how to end this because I'm sad because I don't want to end this. But yeah, so thank you for watching. And again, I love you all. And thank you for joining me on my opinions on season 6 and all my rants and all my screaming and all my F-bombs and everything. So yeah, so peace out, dudes.